What's up, y'all? Getting my dinner ready. Um, but I hopped on this thing, so I thought it would take forever, but I launched quick, so my dinner's not ready. But we're gonna go ahead and keep on keeping on. Stuff can kind of cool down. It's just like a solid. Good. Alright. Eat this, and then we'll do dinner. This is quite the introduction. These poor people who are just trying to do this to get their stuff done. I'm gonna wait for mine. Wait for me. Oh, come on. Run it in! Alright. I'll take it. 2 points. Sorry much in the NFL. Emerald spread, Sapphire. I'll figure it out. Who's a healer I can focus on? You seem confident. Let's focus target on you. There we go. I'm just gonna stick with you. Oh, my food. This will be a minute. Alright, let's see here. Start it up again. Wasn't fast enough. Okay. Let's let that food cool down a little bit more. Pretty much as level 5 for normal. Oh, that's a relic weapon. This got a lot. Yeah. Containment will not hold! Good thing for these boss-ass tanks and a healer. Alright, give me a second, I'll get my food, then we'll watch this. Hey, what's up? Okay. I'm not gonna read this. I'm starving because I haven't eaten all day. I just finished fasting. So, I'll keep it up if you really want to read it. Hold on. Alright, let's finish this up. It's very intense. Oh, what's this cute thing I get? Oh, some bullshit for my house that I don't have. I had an apartment at one point. I wonder if that's still around. I wonder how to find that. Oh, you know, I don't know if I had an apartment or I had a room in someone else's house. Whew. It's a good meal. Oh, it's our cute little monument. Thank you for coming to meet me. I'm glad to see none worse for your experience. Actually, I've been meaning to show you this. Thanks to Elmegan Resistance, the Monument of the Fallen is complete. They may no longer be with us, we'll never forget them. This way they'll always be a part of Turncliffe. Future generations are reminded of the sacrifices that were made. Everyone was so kind to me that it's my turn to do the same for others. Evelyn has absorbed in prayer. Now be a good time to return to Severa. I'm going to walk very loudly away. Hello as well with Avelina. Actually, while you were speaking with her, I received word from Gaius will be here soon. I wish to see Ali. Would you send for her? Ali. Does she even recognize me? At first I thought the weapon's influence had caused this, but it seems there is more to it than that. The Cherugians say that this must be the result of intense trauma. Her mind has been scarred, perhaps irrevocably. She boarded the diamond weapon with the intention of saving her brother. Little did she know that Valens had used this synthetic Auresite system to transform Alphonse into a living component of the machine. Then when she boarded the diamond weapon, she learned the horrible truth. I've never heard of anything so cruel. Just a moment. In each of the previous cases, Paz became fused with the weapon's core, so how has Ali escaped a similar fate? That's one of the many things we're still looking into. There's no need, I already know the answer. It was Alphonse who kept her safe. In the end, I was unable to save your brother, my son. All you wanted was a place to call home where you could live in peace, but after all that pain and hardship you endured, this was your reward. No, this is not the end of their story. I taught them strong mislead the weak, but absolute power corrupts absolutely, and those who have suffered at the hands of the corrupt are beyond counting. Alphonse dreamed of a land without oppression and the oppressed, and where all may live as equals. Thanks to his sacrifice and that of his siblings, the cornerstones of the nation have been laid. Millie, Sandia, Lidicon, Lidex, Alphonse, and Ali, they risked everything to win the freedom of Wort. Now it has come to pass. I will see that their deals are upheld, this I swear as their father. The long arduous process of building wealth was begun. In the days to follow, I shall be working alongside the new government to create a place that people like Ali and Severo would be proud to call home. For so long all you kept me alive was hate, but the time has come to cast it aside. I'm going with you. I only regret if I don't, and while nothing can bring back the ones I've lost, I owe it to them to make the most of life I've been given. Times change, people change, and it's just as well. We inventors would soon find ourselves at a work where everything stayed the same. In my creations, just say the word. You know, guys, I could fill a book with all the things I've been meaning to say to you over the years, but what's the point? What's done is done, and that's one thing, though. If anyone can get through to Ali, it's you. She looks up the same way I did as a boy. Don't give up on her. For all my life, I've been searching for a place in the world. Everywhere I went, I was always on the outside looking in, but I realized if we can't find one, we can just make one ourselves. That's what I learned from Gaius' children. Despite everything, they never gave up, and neither will I. For now, at least, my place is at Gaius' side. I'll follow him and see where his journey leads. Before I leave, I want to tell you how grateful I am that you chose to stand by us till the end. Hope we'll meet again one day. All this time, I've been trying to convince myself that Gaius was every bit the villain I'd imagined to be, the ruthless subjugator of nations, evil made flesh. When many fight under the banner of Garlemald are all that and worse, or is it Gaius was driven by his own notions of right and wrong, misguided as they were? Since then, he has turned his back on the Emperor and the hateful doctrine. His guilt languished only strengthened his resolve. The day I spared his life, he was given a second chance to set right the wrongs he had committed, to become the man his children believed him to be. I was a father once, a husband in many ways I still am, and even though there's no longer with me, I should be someone that would be proud. Now I too have been given the chance to make a difference in the land far from home. I'll never forget my past, neither will be beholden to it. When I meet the people of Wyrlt, I'll be sure to tell the tale of the bravery and compassion. May it grant me the strength to face the struggles ahead. Pray, go in peace, my friend. So we were brought together under strange circumstances. Valerie and Severa and I continue to work together, at least the foreseeable future. Well, here they are. And who might these charming young men be? They're found in 7th Legion's headquarters, one of the few areas that escaped unscathed following the Diamond Wolf's rampage. Perhaps this is all Alphonse's intention. Don't be afraid, we'll mean you no harm. The thing on your forehead. My name is Gaius Belsara, and like Valens von Vera, I once the legatus of the Garlean Empire. Though I believed I was fighting for a cause, my conquest came to a terrible cost. Pray forgive me, I didn't mean to scare you. If you would lend me your ears, I have a story to tell. A group of courageous young men and women, not so different from yourselves, stood to protect the people from tyranny of the Empire. They fought with everything they had, and finally victory was theirs, but it came at a terrible price. As their father, I still struggle to come to terms with their sacrifice, and yet they have entrusted the future to me, and I will not stop it. I will stop at nothing to see their dream fulfilled. Even so, there's so much one soldier can achieve by himself. I'd be honored to have you support in the days to come. Eddie's lads, he's not as scary as he looks. If he steps out of line, he'll have me to answer to. Though they were fortunate enough to escape the destruction of Castrum, they may have been injured while playing. Have the dragons look over them and find a place for them to stay. Seems the time has come for us to go our separate ways once more. I myself can scarcely believe that we were once bitter adversaries, but my encounters with you have led to question of ideals I swore to uphold. What is strength and what is weakness? By those who grasp the reins of power are said to be strong, but when they lack such power, we must therefore be weak. For better or worse, however, we are far more complex creatures than that. I see now that true strength is not granted by others, but resides within us, strength of character and spirit of resolve. Therein lies the power to cast off the shackles of oppression, to overcome any adversary, to stand firm in the face of impossible odds. Seems I'll have to summon all my resolve if I can muster if I am to keep my promise to Alphonse. The process of establishing the independent governance of Wyrlt is underway, and I will do all in my power to see it become everything my children dreamed of and more. For the immediate future, we shall continue our work closely with Alamegan Resistance, whose role as a revolution cannot be understated. That reminds me, if you are passing by Porta Pretoria, the soldiers stationed there wish to hear your version of the events. Please give them my regards. Hope you're well on your path across again. Well, glad tidings to share with you until we meet next. Bye-bye. Hey, I just want to make a party. Party finder. Recruit members. Duty. Raids. Objective. Completion. Comment. Unsynced. For story little help. Can't quite do it solo. Welcome back! Congratulations on your hard-earned victory. Ever since we first heard the news, I've been dying to hear exactly how it unfolded at Diamond Weapons. Around fair to even the Empire, there must be a new low of these poor orphans. The citizens of Vol were able to enjoy freedom that Caius Wards gave their lives for. At the very least, we no longer need live in fear of monstrous creations. Weapon project, I shall add your account to an official report. Oh, shoot, I don't want to start this party yet, because I'm going to try calling. Let's see where that goes. Finally, on behalf of Valmig and Resistance, all of warriors there for that matter, let me express my heartfelt gratitude. Dankeschön! Yay, I got something for something. Oh, you thought the story was over, did you? Well, well, well. I have something for you. Well, well, well. We shall see. Father, memories turn the day, but Diamond, give them to Ali. What? These are their memories. I don't want to live in a world without you. That's why I'm going with you. No, not yet, Ali. There is not time. Father still needs you. Please take care of him in our place. And if you're worried about Alfonso, don't be. He's got us for company. We want to see this new world for yourselves. No one left. But I'll never be alone. Father. Finn. Oh, that's cute. Oh, hey. Hey. test these guys. Okay, well, I guess I got everything. Go through the rest of the store right now, hopefully. Poor creature, would you have been born? You had surrendered your physical form and collapsed into ether, but Bahamut denied your death and imprisoned you. Little is left of you in the ethereal shell, resembling what I wonder images from your memory, perhaps. It's old Alice, eh? The babe. But that the shell is not broken and your primal deity seems declined to sustain your existence. My primal deity, I kneel to no icon. What need have I to beg the favor of such filth? I am Nilvandanis, the goddess of the 7th Legion. No, a moment. My thoughts are clouded and this body is not mine own. Could it be you spoke the truth? Was I ensorcelled by the Lesser Moon's ancient prisoner? That will not happen again. Speak as if Bahamut no longer controlled you, but that's impossible. If the primal ensnares a mind, it cannot be freed. Yeah, you did it, like, later. You'll do it eventually. Unless Bahamut simply relinquished his claim. What need has he of a broken spirit bound to the ethereal realm? Oh, you should fall prey to their influence I sought to purge from the land. The irony is galling. But do not assume that all my actions were chosen for me. It was my will that the Meteor Project be resurrected, mine and none other. Yet it seems that my grand designs are destined to fail. Even the ungentle release of death was denied me. No, please, you must tell us more of the calamity. I must know the truth of which has befallen the world, and what has become of my grandfather, Archon Louis. You are Louis's grandchild. The fates are generous with their cruelty. Continue on if you have the answers. They await you at the terminus of your path. But know that this path leads only to despair. The light of truth was ever harsh and unforgiving. Why do you say this? Grandfather would be freed once we put a stop to Bahamut's restoration, will he not? What are you telling us? Still yourself, child. Only unbending resolve and merciless strength can conquer what lies ahead. The weak can do not and weep under the pall of their own misery, as did the frail child I once was. Silence, shattering raven, the wretched wings are broken and you shall soar no more! Alright, after this I gotta call my kid. My crimson moon, your brilliant sears mine eyes! I recognize that voice, but it would never say such words. Come, let us finish what we come to do. All we put right when the final Hulk lies dormant, Grandfather will be himself again, I am sure of it. There's Bahamut! Bahamut regenerates more swiftly than I'd anticipated. Let us hope that disabling this coil will serve to slow the process. This place seems different, but the controls appear to mimic the mechanism we found in Lanoskin Hulk. It shouldn't pose too much of a problem. Richard, forgive me. The moment I beheld Nell's transformation, hope welted in my heart. I do not believe that you could stand against the manifestation of Bahamut's power. For all the fabled strength and skill, I felt certain when I was going to lose you, I lost my grandfather. Even he, a man of whom naught seemed impossible, I was humbled before Bahamut's might. And yet, look how far we've come. 'Tis incredible the feats of which we are capable, our boundless potential. 'Twas his capacity for greatness, I believe, that grandfather so dearly wished to protect. With all that's occurred, I have come to understand that much, at least. Tis done. Shall we make our way back to the surface and gather our thoughts? We have seen much that benefit from Mirange's learned perspective. Wow. Oh, it's Louise! My love! Who's that asshole who attacked you? Grandfather, it is you, then why? Abandon this quest, Alice. I will not countenance further sabotage of the coils. Sabotage, but we must stable the so-called to prevent Bahamut's revival. Your defiance seals your fate. No, that is my girlfriend, and I will protect her. No, you not who I thought you were. My grandfather would never. Foolish girl. How could you, right Raven, allow herself to be bested by such sniveling opponents? Listen well, we all exist in the pleasure of one divine will, and the world of Lord Bahamut is absolute. Scurry back in your holes, vermin. You have been granted this one reprieve, but should you do foolishness to crawl into my lord's domain again, I will crush the life from you myself. The light in grandfather's idea suffered the same fate as Neil. Oh. My grandshire is no more, is offered a phantom of his noble memory. The mockery must be expunged. I will not rest until I free grandfather's soul from Bahamut's tyranny. Do you hear me, Bahamut? Your time is at an end. Eorzea and my family will be avenged. You big asshole. I don't know where to go. Oh, down there. Okay, I got it. It's somewhere around here, I think. Truly is wonderful to escape that stifling air and return to northern Thailand, and again it should appear. I must thank you. Were not for your bravery, I strongly doubt that I would have been standing here now. Ah, but no need to tarry in my account, the danger is past. Pray go on ahead and appraise Urianger of all that has occurred. I will join you anon. My thoughts are unruly. Oh, good. I was supposed to call you. Trying to talk to my daughter and she like meandered out of the picture, and so they might call back. But here's Walking Sands. It's been a minute. Oh, look at this. Yeah, repair all. What goodies do you got here? Look at this craziness. Yeah, I'll buy that. No. Dark. What does this do? I think this helps you repair items. Huh. Good old days. Look at this. What is this? Crazy stuff. Tabletop. What am I going to do with that? Alright, well, anyway. Actually, well, I have you. Not you. You. Let's sell all this junk. I saw this junk too. Oh. Well, that was a waste. Alright, anyway. The triumphant hero doth return, then I speak the dread task completion, the second core now lies dormant. The desensitizing Alberus rare altogether. Look, that's what he looked like back in the day. Pray tell me what I will cast the shadow that falleth thou across thy countenance. Oh my gosh, like, her grandpa came, and it was so awkward because he didn't know we were dating. An old foe and an old friend. I'd be hard-pressed to weather such confrontation. Your agonies must young mistress have endured, such torments did she ne'er deserve. Mayhap 'twere better if the Lady Alice did absent herself from future forays into the coil. I have come too far to surrender to grief. Old man, my lady, I am resolved to defeat these fiends, and naught shall sway me from my path. Now let us peer more deeply into the well of our discoveries. As you wish, my lady. By your leave, I would speak first to the coil's late guardian, near little Vandanus. Vandanus was the legatus of the Garlean Empire who strove to bring about Azora's final destruction. Or to fall even as the sixth sun did said, if thou hast heard tales of the White Raven, then it is he to whom they speak. He, I say, for Nell was for certainty no maid. Dude, she totally looked like a chick. What are you talking about? The noble house of Vandanus, discovered ultimately, had long safeguarded the wisdom of the ancient Alag. 'Twas thus that the legatus came to learn the true nature of Dalamond, and to seek the employ of the Red Moon as a weapon against Eloisia. But the crystal tower and the mechanisms required the command of satellite, yet lay hidden beneath the ground. Completing now to construct a far less suitable mechanism, and in his first faltering attempts to communicate with Dalamud, he did likely rouse a slumbering prisoner. Thenceforth the White Raven's soul belonged to Bahamut. He was fortunate indeed to acquire so powerful a thrall by chance. 'Tis little wonder he is loath to part with him. Yet, why yet a simple thing like death deprive one of so useful a pawn? Though we may accuse him of bungling Vandanus' resurrection, I dare say Bahamut was as content to have a handmaiding as a male manservant. Oh, interesting. I only hope that the two thralls we encountered were the extent of his flock. Yet I cannot help but dwell on Nell's words, these beloved children of whom he spake. I assumed at first he referred to the moon's beastly guardians, but should Bahamut have enslaved other mortals, we must needs remove this source of worship, otherwise our efforts to disable the coil shall be for naught. Forgive me, my indelicacy, my lady. Thou art wise indeed to speak of expunging the primal thralls. But canst thou truly pursue a course which would cost thee thine own Gavaranshire? My heart and mind are as one in this matter. Grandfather's salvation can be won, but by a single method, the destruction of Bahamut, and that might serve to sustain you. Or sustain him. Richtown. While Uriel and Jaina endeavor to ascertain the existence of any further trials, I suggest you grant yourself a moment's respite. Rest assured that I will contact you the moment I need for inevitable talents. We have achieved so much I owe to you. I fear, however, that our trials have barely begun. Though time hath dulled the pain of passing, I find that I am wounded afresh. Master Louisa, there good shall come from this unending search for knowledge and truth. Long have I believed the pursuit of such treatises to be the duty of every true Charlayan. Yet when each new revelation serveth only to heap further anguish upon those whom we have fain protect, must we truly reach for more. So you have found your resolve, dear sister. Will you now find the use of the secret for the key that only you and I hold? Given our familiar propensity for curiosity, you would be able to remember the keys may serve to seal doors as well as to unlock them. Bahamut is most unwelcome guest. Doors should never have been opened. Man is wont to cast light wherever his secrets lie hid in the darkness, and illumination seldom bringeth him joy. So it is with such unhappy truths as Bahamut's immense shadow doth conceal. Yet ever onward forgeth Mistress Alice, undeterred by the burden of knowledge that weigheth heavy on her heart. 'Tis a perilous path she hath chosen, and a painful one. I prithee, remain by her side. Oh, of course I'll remain by her side. It's her valiant blade and lover, and she might request its conclusion. forgot the lover part. It is well that you are here. Hey, baby girl! What is up? My lady, how might I serve you this day? I have met with some difficulty in my mission, Ayanje, and I should be grateful for thy counsel. As you know, Bahamut's physical form is returning beneath the Cartano Flats, even as we speak. If we are to prevent his return, we must needs disable the two remaining intermittent hulks that sustain him. Every moment our mission is delayed, the realm is pushed closer to the brink of destruction. Alas, though I have determined the location of fragments of Dalamon leading to the hulks, I have been unable to find a way to enter them. Gaining admittance is the first step in a perilous undertaking. When last thou descended into Bahamut's subterranean fastness, thou didst discover, didst thou not that the dread Primal had bound the shade of Nilvandanus into his will? And though thou didst consign the fallen Legatus to blessed oblivion, thou mayest recall the piteous wretch was not alone. Doubt not but that Bahamut's other thralls shall seek to hinder thy passage. You didn't say his name, Anje. I have not forgotten my grandfather is waiting for us. My lady, I have reminded you as I must remind myself that the man whom we both beloved and revered is no more. Remitteth is but a shade which defileth his memory. The vile verbiage that spilleth from his lips must not be heeded, for it cometh not from the grandchild, but from Bahamut himself. You need not worry, Urianger. Come what may, I will not stray from our course. I will not let grandfather's sacrifice be in vain. But mere words will not take us whither we must go. As I said, I have been unable to find a way to enter the fragments of Dalamond. My lady, I suggest you visit the fragments again in Lilithtown's company, for oft hath the Warrior of Light set events in motion by virtue of her presence alone. 'Tis possible that she may do so again. I, the while, shall search for answers my own. By our efforts combined, full sure am I the past shall be revealed to us ere long. Where anyone else, I would question the wisdom of such advice, yet I cannot deny that we say about Rishon is true. Very well, I shall do as you suggest. Assuming you have no objections, of course. Of course not. Good. Now we seek entry into the fragments of Dalamon. One lies at the Burning Well at Eastern Thalion, and the other at the Singing Shards of Mordona. I left an assistant in each location with instructions to continue searching for means of ingress. It is not impossible that they could since have found something useful for us. Let's begin to visit my men at the Burning Well decks. I think it was. Alright, baby, let's do this. How do I get out of here? Nope. I'm looking for... Tola. Speak with Alice's assistant. It's the closest we can get here. Ugh. Oh, I'm trapped. Drybone. Oh, it's been a minute. I remember good old Drybone. Good old Drybone. Oh, there it is. It's over there. I don't know how to get there. I can fly. I literally can fly right over there. Get in my giant car. And it caused a prestigious amount of ether to flow out. 'Twas to give rise, lads, twisted lay, and incessant thwart our efforts anon. If were an opening to exist, I fear we struggle to reach it. Can I give up? Keep trying. Sneering it so far. Well, it avails us not to stand here and stare at this thing. Let us part to Mordona, another fragment. Perhaps soonest is very near. Upon that note, my lady, there is something I must tell you. I am sorry to report that I lost contact with my brother just over a bit ago. As you know, the Singing Shards are home to many fell creatures, ogres among them, and I wish to cause to undo harm. I fear something unspeakable may have happened to Dex. What? Why didn't you give me strength? Let's hurry to the assistant's aid. Do 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 do. What is this? Is this savage? I don't want to hear your crazy story. Good day. Yep, I just want to open Savage. Goodbye. Good day, madam. I said good day. Oh no, Dex, you okay? I'm aiding you. Thank you, adventure. For a moment there, I feared my bones were to be ground up and something. I am relieved to see you unarmed. I'm wrong of me to press such a dangerous task upon you. My lady, your worries are wasted on me. It was nothing at all, I assure you. If you please, I shall report to you my findings. There. As you can see, the tip of the fragment is exposed, the rest is encased in a rock and crystal, rendering it impossible to enter the structure. Might be try excavating an area under the fragment, but that would likely take time, and there really is no telling how deep we may need to dig before we find a suitable point of ingress. As such, I'm forced to conclude that gaining entry to the fragment is unrealistic. Forgive me, my lady! Confound it, we're losing precious time. What do we do now? 'Tis I, Arianje! Glad tidings I have found thee, my lady. And my lady, for my blessing a way hath been found which may enter the remaining fragments of Dalamund. Press court Mistress Alize to the cerulean processing plant in northern Thalion. There it'll be clear. Hey, your boss for some reason didn't contact you but told me this thing. Alize has found a way. We must go to him at once. Level sync. I think not. I think not. My apologies for summoning from thus from afar, my lady, but 'tis here the journey may finally begin. Where are we going? I did wonder, to my knowledge, there are no fragments in northern Thanalan. You are not mistaken, my lady, but a path does exist, one which we yourself have used in the past. At the conclusion of the several forays in the binding coil, 'twas that the crystal formation lies north of this place that did emerge, was it not? Yes, an ethereal stream bore us back to the surface. That much I had summarized. Are you suggesting that we can use it to return to underground? And even if it were possible, would it not simply bear us back to those places we have already explored? It need not, my lady. Pray allow me to explain. Upon the evidence of your experience, it seemed plain that two internment hulks may share the selfsame ethereal egress. From this would even infer that others are connected in likewise. Thus we labor long to verify the existence of further tributaries of the selfsame stream. In which task we were at length successful. 'Twas then but a matter of arriving at a solution of the problem, traveling an unattended destination. That one might reach that we may call the headwater, we propose to employ a modified aetheryte, which serves to amplify such ripples as to originate from said source. By focusing one's essence upon these ripples, it should be possible to make the journey, yet be fairly warned. My lady, as we have all untried modes of ethereal travel, this method entails considerable danger. Merely to attempt the voyage would cost you your life. Could cost. That is the risk I'm willing to take. You are brilliant, Ange. But I'm curious, did your assistants in forming this plan? I could not help notice you repeated the words we, unless you have taken to using the majestic plural in the absence. Nay, my lady, as you have currently surmised, I was not alone in this endeavor. Meaning there are others who are aware of our mission. Your twin brother. Well, it cannot be helped enough. Preventing Bahamut's return doesn't matter. Some secrecy must be sacrificed to achieve your goal, then so be it. So they must be modified aetheryte. What are the immortal flames doing here? Those men are sworn the flames of Ul'dah, but they are the first and foremost faithful returners of House Leveliner. Oh, my stupid brother. Alphanode! Who was it? You was helping out of that Ange? Who else could it have been, dear sister? Used you I have no intention of making the details of your venture public. Like you, I'd prefer to avoid causing a panic. But given what is at stake, namely the forever of the realm, one must be willing to accept help when it is offered. Would you not agree? At the very least, do not cross with Ange. 'Twas at my behest that he kept silent. We will speak later. Pray forgive me, my lady. You knowing full well your intent, I judged it meet that Master Alphanode be informed. Though your grandsire hath become Bahamut's thrall, his noble blood courses through both your veins, and it must needs be struck down. Do you hear that, Alphanode? I mean to strike down Grandfather. When I have done so, I shall banish Bahamut to the ether. Nothing you say will get away in my course. I will protect the Edorazia, and I will uphold Grandfather's legacy. What a babe. Grandfather's legacy, so you still do not know with your self-desire your actions are still driven by a borrowed resolve? Borrowed resolve? What does that have to do with anything? Protecting Eraser's grandfather's goal, we made it ours, both of us, and that's why we came here, unless you have forgotten. Gods forbid I'd forget, Alice, but you misunderstand. I do not question your resolve, only whence it came. If it were your own, you would be able to tell me precisely why you desire fervently to protect Eraser. Yeah, you cannot, for it is not your resolve, but grandfather's. You may struggle to see the difference, but borrowed resolve shall never be as strong as that which springs from within. Let us speak of this another time. For now, preventing Bahamut's return is all that matters. To be plain, I have no objection to strike now whatever is left of grandfather. Know, however, that I will be accompanying you this time. As the son of House Levelio, I will be present for his final moments. Very well, you may join us on one condition. I make the decisions. But please, my lady, the name's Erkin and our preparations are just about complete. When you're ready to embark on a mission, just give me the word. I'll be waiting for you at the Cerulean processing plant. And that hat is ridiculous. Pay no heed to my brother, you can rely on me. We have come farther together, you and I, and we are in love. And together we shall see our journey to this end. Oh, my sweet Alice. Always be together. I'm waiting for you, Mr. Stanley. I'm pleased to say that Aetheryte's primed and ready. As you know, the remaining internment hulks are connected to fragments of Eastern Thalia and Mordona, as former that we'll be sending you first. You'll be starting inside the hulk, meaning you won't have to cover so much ground and drawback, being fighting for your life from the moment you get there. Prepared for anything, but ladies' sake, if not true. And that's what I can tell you. When the preparation is ordered, just give me the word and send you on your way. I may even throw in a prayer for speedy return. Just stay safe. Alright. Let's do this. Alright, I want to just go with me. No, go away. That one. Do I not unlock the first one? I'm very confused. I'm going on this edge. Huh. Into the destination. Let's do this. So if I need more help. I may. Central Dex, 4,560 yowns. So many yowns. So this is how it looks inside. The internment hulk still functions. The teleportation was successful. We have come to the right place. There's not much further Bahamut has regenerated since we last beheld him. Let us make haste to the main bridge. Deactivate the coil. Yeah, of course. Let's not talk to you. Let's keep our little secret from your brother. It's funnier that way. The receptacles similar to those in the previous hulks. It was held chimerical beasts, but only the Algains know what other abominations may be sleeping within. They may well be part of Dalman's internal defenses. We must stay on our guard at all times. Oh, my wife's calling back. Me, gotta go. Let's try this now that I'm actually focusing. It's a little trickier. It's not as like eye rolling as I had initially imagined. Okay. Okay. We're gonna save that for that section. What is killing me? Maybe I should get better gear. Maybe I can try to get under groove. Beating the boss for a wild charge. Ugh. Alright, well this guy did it with a monk, so I just need better gear. Oh my gosh, come on. Alright. I need help, I can't do it fast enough. Ugh, that kind of pisses me off. Another group, let me use the potty and stuff first, I'll be back. What is this? Synced no echo tanks on tanks. So. Final code. Okay, yeah. Yep. Alright, well, while I'm doing that. Oh, that's right. We can go back to doing this. No, let's see my fantasy team's doing. Wait. Yeah, there's like a way to get out of here faster than I did last time. Sure, whatever. These guys, I don't understand. Can you please pass to some of my players? Take you ready to bear witness to the joyous union of master and pupil. Very well.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away, and for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
Why would you say that, bro? Why are you such a douche?
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatir is my name, and I am proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Allag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day. So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create Porxes with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers. We'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother Porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
By the 12 dragons, and so many! We were aware the Allagans possessed a means to control the creatures, but to imprison them this is barbaric. I would not wish this fate upon my worst enemy. 'Tis plain that no love was lost between the Allagans and the dragons, but was it truly necessary to keep such a great number here? Dalamon did not want for defenses. This is an experience firsthand. Such guardians as the Allagans created, both living and unliving, were surely not less capable of playing intruders in these poor creatures. Tell me something, Alice. Have you not managed to determine by whose will Bahamut exists? No, I have not. At first I assumed Bahamut had no people of his own, and that the Allagans had perhaps scared away to simulate prayer itself. However, Nell's words have caused me to reconsider, specifically the shades mentioned of Bahamut's beloved children. From what I inferred, the Primal is given form by the will of the worshippers, whom we have not yet to... It's a Dwagons! God struck me down for a blind fool. Bahamut's beloved children are right here before our eyes. How could I be so stupid? What else but the dragons of Eldwood summoned Bahamut? What else but they could sustain him? To think I wondered why the Allagans kept them imprisoned here. Even should the flame of Bahamut's life go out, his faithful children would summon him back. For this reason, the Allagan Empire kept an army of dragons here in perpetual state of duress. They might sustain a primal's existence. Truly, Allagan's ingenuity knew no bounds, neither did their cruelty. It's no wonder the Bahamut was so enraged. Let no one deny that he was a man who sowed the seeds of calamity. Will you now turn your hatred towards your own kind, dear sister? Do not patronize me, Alfred. I merely acknowledge our guilt. Do snap. Doubt I have no intention of allowing Bahamut to lay the world to waste, regardless of the atrocities the Allagans committed against his kind. We have no choice but to eliminate all who worship him, be they his children or his thralls. It seems reasonable to assume the system responsible for the Primal's generation is also responsible for sustaining the captive dragons. If we disable it, all should perish. Let us press on. Alright, so... There's no quest for it until I get through it all. So now we just go to Duty Finder and then we try the next one. Do. Let's see if we can do it. Oh. That's a yes. I can watch this later, I'm sure. These dudes are gonna help, I'll just rush through it.
to those who walked before, to lead those who walk after. Shining is the land's light of justice. Ever flows the land's well of purpose. Walk free, walk free, believe. The lamb's alive, so believe. To all of my children, in whom life flows abundant. All of my children, to whom death hath passed his judgment. The soul yearns for God and the hereafter. Lifting those who walk before, to lead those who walk after. Shining is the land's light of justice. Ever flows the land's well of purpose. Walk free, walk free, walk free. The lamb's alive, so believe. To all of my children, whom life flows abundant. All of my children, to
Alright, let's go. There's a lot of these videos you can watch when you're in, so let's go see if I can do that. If not, try to run through them or something. Let's see what this text is real quick. I already got that. Alright, here we go. I would like that one. There are no cutscenes. What? What do you mean there's no cutscenes? That's some bullshit, game. That's some straight up bullshit. You gotta be kidding me. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. What is this craziness? Reflect quest progression. Dude, these all got story quests except Bahamut? What the hell? Hold on, let me look this up. I'm fine with it as long as I gotta like cut through the whole thing, but Bahamut showing up in Unending Journey. Unending Journey. Yeah, there we go. This guy's talking about this. It's the only square that doesn't show previous cuss in my journal. It's a bug. It's what else it shows. When you go into Duty Finder to all the turns of Bahamut, like the completed, at least one that isn't, and that's why it's not showing you all the cutscenes. Yes, I did the whole quest with my friend, and I'm pretty sure I finished all of them. So I'll check. I'm not sure that's more odd. Is that I clearly remember that there was a quest in there before this, but disappear. The cutscenes and quest story happen in the instances, not in the quests. In a room where you can rewatch all the cutscenes previously in the game. More specifically, there is a tab under Chronicles. It shows the last cutscene after all the raids are done. Corresponding cutscenes are under duty raids. Okay. Cutscenes are under duty raids. Disciples of War. Instant dungeons. Instant raids. Here we go. Okay. So I watched that one. Okay. Good. We can catch up. Hope you're all ready for it. It's gonna be a lot of this. Okay, so that's all that's there. Play cutscene 2. Why, this looks like... a model of Dalamon, yes. For millennia, Bahamut has just gazed at this unchanging view. Trapped inside a prison that was scarce large enough to contain him, unable to move, denied the release of death. How this hatred for man must have burned. And that hatred found an ideal vessel in Nelvandanus. Anyways, Bahamut is to be pitied, not loathed, but knowing the true event tears us for him, more convinced than ever the necessary for our endeavor. Besides, he's not the only one who cries out for vengeance.
Gods, he is almost whole again.
Oh, who's it? What is this voice? That is totally different. Glad they switched unless you're a big fan.
His size is staggering. I can scarce imagine how Grandfather stood against such a monstrosity.
This cannot be allowed to proceed any further. Let us disable the coil and move on. Grandfather? No, that man is dead. I will not dishonor my beloved grandsire's memory by calling you such. You are but his twisted shade, the thrall of a mad primal.
You were foolish to disregard my warning, child. Are you so convinced of your own righteousness?
'Tis the rightness of our path that led us to return. Eorzea will never be safe whilst Bahamut remains to threaten all we hold dear. What of the hero who gave his life in defense of the realm? Do you truly dispute the justice of our cause?
My poor, ignorant grandchildren. Your world is shaped by naught but recent conflict. Listen, and I will speak to you of justice. 'Twas in the twilight of the Third Astral Era. The southern land of Mericidia suffered invasion at the hands of the Allagan Empire. With no atrocity too depraved for their purpose, the forces of Alec were unstoppable in their advance. Desperate for salvation, the dragons prayed to one of their first brood, to their ancestor Bahamut. Infused by the power of their fervent supplications, Bahamut arose from the abyss of death and took wing as the Mericidians' new-born god. Yet this great miracle would only serve to further the maniacal designs of the dragon's imperial conquerors. The cruel fetters which bind my lord stand testament to the Allagan's boundless greed and hubris. I once summoned the 12 in an attempt to forestall the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. What then did the dragons of Mericidia do that I did not? Wherefore are they accursed and I exalted? 'Tis man's overweening belief in his own primacy that blinds him to the commonness of his condition and the truth of his own tyranny. As long as man is suffered to remain, the dragons shall never be at peace. Only when the plague of people has been expunged shall the children of Lord Bahamut be free. Then shall the world know true justice.
Stop it! Grandfather would never say such things. His belief that people were worth saving never faltered. He had faith in their strength, that they could stand together and push back against the darkness seeking to shape them.
A false hope. 'Tis folly to place one's faith in so flawed a race. Stand together? Huh. They would first need to agree on which direction to face. If history teaches us anything, it is that man cannot find common ground between his own 2 feet. Even you, twins whose veins run with the same blood, struggle to fathom each other's reasoning. You hide your differing agendas behind the convenient banner of Eorzea's salvation. Given your obvious self-interest, can you truly claim no kinship with the Allagan? And though I hoped they might bring you closer, 'twould seem that the twin grimoires I bestowed upon you were a wasted gesture.
Man, he's speaking some hard truths.
There may well be truth in your judgment of Alisaie and me, but such a one-sided tirade bemoaning the evils of man rings false, coming from the lips of Archon Louisoix. Tell me, do you champion the cause of dragons because Bahamut compels you as his thrall? Or is it because you yourself have transcended the limits of man's existence?
Ah, so the possibility did not escape your notice. What I prayed for, what I have become. These are the keys that unlock the truth behind Eorzea's rebirth. If you would have them, then you must needs take them by force. Come, rend this divine form asunder and claim your answers.
Phoenix.
But I
That's why I
thought...
was fighting him.
No. He has become a primal?
It is difficult, I know, but you must accept it. That entity is no phantom or imposter. It is our beloved grandsire.
Please, for his sake and for ours, you must defeat our grandfather.
That was fun.
Grandfather is truly gone this time. But better it end this way than the alternative.
I am yet here, Alice, my dear, sweet granddaughter.
Grandfather?
I must thank you, warrior of light. Without your valor, I might never have broken free of Bahamut's control.
October 24th.
These last few moments are mine, to live as the man I once was.
This is all that I wanted. Yet, now that it is happening, I find myself struggling to believe it. Is it really you?
Grandfather, pray forgive me my insolence. It was not my intent to demean you.
Forgive you? I am proud of you, child. You were wise enough to deduce the manner of creature I had become. Alphino, Alisaie, if any here should beg forgiveness, it is I.
Grandfather, I must ask, will you not tell us what befell during the calamity?
Yes, yes, of course. You have come far to hear the truth. Let us then begin the tale at the Battle of Carteneau, where clashed the forces of the Garlean Empire and the Eorzean Alliance. 'Twas there in the sky above the surging armies that the elder primal Bahamut broke free of the Red Moon Dalamut. In an effort to contain this avatar of destruction, I called upon the 12 to aid me in the creation of a prison of ether. But Bahamut would not be caged by such feeble bars. Too vast was his might, too fierce his rage. Little choice remained to me. I used the last of my strength to entrust our hope unto the future, and prepared to meet my end. As you have no doubt surmised, I did not perish. When the cage built from the essences of the 12 was destroyed, the sky was filled with a colossal cloud of ether. This drifting energy responded to the prayers of those fighting below, and to my own desperate wish that the dying realm be saved by infusing me with the power of a primal. I became the immortal phoenix, ancient symbol of rebirth. Rising into the sky, I struck Bahamut with all my newfound strength. The blow shattered his earthly form, and a shower of ether rained down upon the land. Thus began the rejuvenation of Eorzea. Believing the deed done, I relinquished my hold on that staggering energy, desirous that it should be returned to the realm without delay. But I had not reckoned on Bahamut's tenacious will. Even as he teetered upon the cusp of oblivion, the dragon reached out to claim me. Alas, within my fast fading form, enough remained of the Phoenix's energy to offer Bahamut a hold, and he dragged me along in his wake.
And thus began your existence as the Elder Primal's thrall.
I cannot help but wonder at his will to survive. Though he was all but obliterated, Bahamut found a way to seize the power you surrendered. That would explain why part of his physical form survived to be entombed underground.
It would also explain why Eorzea was so terribly warped. Even as the land sought to restore itself, the returning flow of ether was cut off.
Very good. When his grip on existence was once again secured, Bahamut did not cease his feast until he had consumed every last mote of ether that yet floated in the air.
And still he was not fully restored.
You must remember that by this time, much of the freed ether had already returned to the land. That which remained was not sufficient to reconstruct so massive a form in its entirety. But there did not need to be, not for a being sustained by the marvels of Allagan technology. As long as some piece of Bahamut persists, the coils will seek it out and continue their regenerative task. The fragments of Dalamud appear motionless from the surface, but deep beneath the ground they had been searching, tunneling through rock and soil towards their escaped prisoner. And, as you have observed for yourselves, they found his heart. Warrior of Light, heed me. You must put a stop to Bahamut's regeneration. Whether it be for man or for dragonkind, the question of justice is irrelevant. The Elder Primal will leave naught but a smoldering wasteland for both his children and ours. I beg you to defend Eorzea and guide its people to the future they yet struggle to find. This portal will take you to the final internment, Hulk. 'Tis time for the tale of Bahamut and his part in the calamity to come to an end. Alphino, Alize, pray, come closer. Your hopes and dreams must no longer be an extension of mine. You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm, your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
Of course, Grandfather. I have already made it my mission to see this newborn Eorzea survive and flourish.
Alize, while I was yet enthralled to Bahamut, you spoke of my faith in man's strength. Know that your words reached me, imprisoned though my soul still was. So forceful was your conviction, I wonder if that belief has not become your own. Perhaps, after all your anger and sorrow was spent, you found something greater within you. See this fight to its culmination. 'Tis also your strength in which I have faith.
Thank you for everything. Pray, take your rest, Grandfather. You deserve it.
There are records of an art that allowed one to summon the power of a primal from the essence of its demise. And though I am no true primal, all that I have left, I give to you. Alphino, Alize, my darling grandchildren. May Light's blessings ever keep and protect you.
Come, Warrior of Light. Our task remains undone.
All right, we're getting there. One more to go.
"'Twas a long and arduous road, but at last we reach its end. Farewell, Bahamut. I banish you back to the Ether." I did not think him capable!
Alisaie! Alisaie!
Oh no, girl! Oh good, you're okay. Thank goodness.
I had thought it finally over. Will not survive another blast. No. Is this how I honor my promise to Grandfather?
You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm. Your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
I will, Grandfather. In fact, I believe I already have. That reason has been with me all along, guiding me. Eorzea's blade of light, shearing through endless shrouds of darkness. I have been shown the miraculous feats of which we are all capable, of which I am capable. Bahamut, you have wreaked enough havoc. I will not let your wrathful fires consume all that we know and love.
How long I have waited to hear you say that! You have found your resolve at last! Let me join my strength to yours. In this place, in this moment, our purpose has become one. For the future of Eorzea!
This last task is yours, Warrior of Light.
Alright, here we go. And then we go back and finish the quest.
You did it! But one task remains. With this last coil disabled, there shall be naught left to bind Bahamut to this world. His beloved children will finally know peace. "'Tis done. He is truly gone." You knew, didn't you? You knew what Grandfather had become.
I was not certain, but from all I had gleaned, it seemed a distinct possibility. The scene people describe of the Battle of Carteneau was one of unimaginable devastation, and 'tis through the combined prayers of the desperate and an abundant source of ether that primals are born. I merely put two and two together.
And you consider that a sufficient explanation? Well, however you stumbled across your theory, 'twas this revelation that made you wary of my attachment to Grandfather. You feared that in my obsession I would fall under his primal sway. Is that why you decided to join us? To pull me back should I show signs of wavering?
Pray forgive me, sister. I wished only to protect you. Yet I see now that I needn't have doubted the strength of your conviction. May I ask you a question? What do you now intend to do with the truth you have uncovered?
Which particular truth was that, brother? The fact that desperate prayer gave rise to the primal phoenix? That this new god was responsible for setting Eorzea on the path to rebirth? Should such a tale become common knowledge, people would soon offer up their prayers in earnest. They would beseech Phoenix to complete the healing that was begun.
Yet as you and I know all too well, the very act of calling forth this savior would do more harm to the land than good. We cannot encourage such worship for this very reason. Were Grandfather forced to return as an ether-draining primal, it would undo all that he had worked to protect. Your abiding love for him was the key that unlocked the truth of the calamity. But keys may also serve to seal doors that were best left unopened. Let your love now guide your actions, and lock away deep inside the fate of both Grandfather and Bahamut.
Fear not, Alphino. I understand what must be done. The realm need not know the truth for it to be saved. That the Elder Primal is banished, to return no more. That is enough. Let us make our way back to the surface. Poor Urianger must be beside himself with worry.
All right. Cool. Let's go. Yeah, 6:30. That was a beast, son. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Speak with Montoya. Shoot. Where was that? Ooh, boy. It's gonna be interesting. Northern Thanolin? I think that's where it was. Let's go there first, see what happens. Yeah, oh, good call on my end. Yeah. Hey, baby. This will bring the tale of something from calamity to a close. Here again, after descended darkness, desolation, North Thanolin seems paradisal. As promised, I shan't reveal the truth of calamity to a single soul. However, the nations of the Razor will certainly require assurances that their new primal is gone. Kept in dark overlong, it's only a matter of time before they see Cancer's own accord. Let us recommend the fragments of Dalamud are sealed off. Truth may rest undisturbed. But first, we must go and report to Urianger. It would not do to keep him in suspense. I dare say we shall find him pacing up and down this Cerulean processing. The warrior of light returneth undimmed from the depths of darkness. By your trumpet bearing, I take it he has succeeded in the mission, and yet thou art alone. Mistake me not, dear friend. Full glad I am thy safe return, bride. I pray, where are Master Alphinaud and Mistress Alice? They're coming. They need to, like, talk about twin stuff. Oh, I'll be right back.